fuel tanks and stuff, it's the danger side of it. When they go bang, they just take everything out, and then next minute you've got a hand grenade, just goes off.
Sludge is beginning a 3-day run, supplying his regular customers. But his last delivery is special, to the Australasian Safari, a world-famous rally. With high-performance vehicles thirsty for fuel, there'll be no race if Sludge can't reach them.
They need the fuel to keep their race going.
Today, Sludge is hauling 55,000 litres of fuel, enough to get a family car twice around the world. But as the sun rises, so does the temperature.
Just watching the temperature gauge come up, we've got a headwind blowing a gale. If we get too hot today up there, it might become a concern getting in there.
While the Phantom's working hard, the heat's causing a far worse hazard.
There you go. It's that time of the year again for more bushfires. Smell the smoke now.
Sludge is heading into bushfire country. If the blaze is blowing his way, the road ahead could be closed, putting his vital mission at risk. He needs to put in an urgent call to the state fire services.
Paul from Oil Tech.
Yeah, we're on scene at the moment, mate. It's in the catchment area near the town site, and we're just working our way around it at the moment, over.
Roger, so it's not coming across the town?
The wind is actually taking it away from town, over.
Roger, thanks for that. Good news, it's not going the way we're going, so it's going the opposite way.
Having dodged one drama, Sludge needs to keep pushing, or a world-famous rally will grind to a halt. But before he reaches the race, he needs to supply his regular customers. His first fuel drop is at a remote cattle station. Out here, Sludge is a vital lifeline.
4,000 diesel, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, quite a bit today, yep.
And he's got plenty of fans.
You do have to admire an individual's passion and keenness to really make what they do stand out. And if that isn't an example of that, I'll eat my hat.
All right. This is the best part of the day. Covered in shit every time you roll the hose up. That's one down and about 8 or 10 to go.
Finally, it's the end of a long, hard day. But slow going on the dirt has cost Sludge.
We're probably about 2 hours behind time, but hopefully we'll get up early in the morning and we'll have a good clean run. With a bit of luck, they've done a bit of grading and we should get in by the skin of our teeth, I hope.
Today is race day.
Time to make some miles.
If Sludge can't reach the Australasian Safari in time, there'll be no world-famous rally.
We're at the Shire, one of their out camps. They do all the maintenance on the roads, so we're just going to fill their tanks up for them. One of those dusty, shitty days, so it's going to be like that, I think.
His first delivery to the road crew should be quick and easy. Or at least, that's the plan.
Got to be another one of those jobs. Someone's locked it and they haven't left the key for it. No, it's locked. I'll go and make a phone call and see who's around. Otherwise, I can't fill it.
At 9,000 litres, it's a big delivery. Sludge doesn't want to leave the road crew high and dry.
This is where the sat phone comes handy, because there's no phone coverage up here, so... Bundy, Sludge, can you give us a ring when you get this message? Cheers, mate. That means we need to find somebody else if he's not going to answer us. Kiribati Station, you're on channel, Colleen or William. Basically, we can't fill the tank, and they can't do anything without the fuel. We'll have to sit and wait and hope hopefully Bundy will ring us back or something.
With every passing minute, he's falling further behind, putting his other customers and the rally at risk.
Jesus Christ. Can't get anyone to come and unlock this thing. We're just going to have to go because we've got to get down there for the race.
Finally, he's managed to reach the camp owners.
I'll fill the maintenance crew one and then head down.
It's good news. There's an open tank nearby.
It's in a shit of a place, but we'll try and get in there. Pain in the ass is what I would call this. Anyhow, you got to deal with it every day.
With the fuel delivered, Sludge needs to get going. But as he's getting ready to move,
You gotta love trucking. Days just going to shit. There's a flat tyre.
the rough road's blown not one, but 2 tyres.
With fuel tanks and stuff, you don't want tyre issues. When they go bang, they just take everything out. It's just a sheet of sparks. And then next minute you've got a hand grenade, just goes off.
It's too dangerous to continue. Sludge will have to use bush mechanics to plug the leaks. But a strong wind is whipping up a dust storm.
Oh. Joys of being in a dusty shithole.
The repair job will burn through even more time.
So this is a plug and it just seals the hole. The Vaseline, we all know what that's good for. He's going in, but gotta get it out, so. Bastard's still leaking. We'll try another one, a small one. It must be a bigger hole than it is.
Until finally,
They might have just fixed it, I hope.
after crawling around in the dirt,
F***ing little thing all the time.
Sludge has had his fill.
Now I'm going for a swim, bug of the time, because I'm not going to sit in the truck all day like this. Oh, shit! Push back, nice and easy.
No sooner is he back on the road than there's more trouble looming overhead.
It's absolutely pissing down by the look of it.
A rainstorm could turn the road to mud in minutes, leaving Sludge stranded.
I think we're going to get it, buddy, Storm. It's a bit of a worry.
He's got one last stop to make before the rally.
I reckon we're about 2 minutes away from the settlement. We'll just come over this hill. Oh, geez, this is going to be interesting.
But there's bad news. Support vehicles for the race have beaten him here, desperate for fuel.
Yeah, they're just about all finished.
Yeah,
You show up.
that's good. Perfect timing.
Sludge needs to fill the main tank quickly or he'll delay the start of the race. But right on cue, another dust storm.
I'm over this dust. So much dust and shit. It just makes everything twice as hard. All the dust and the seals and everything.
He's done. Now there's just the rally delivery to go. Sludge should be there already, but with the race on the line, there's another problem. Finding them.
I reckon that was a race out to my left. I reckon it was more that than a dust storm out there, so
The rally's base camp is well off the map.
we need to start racing too, otherwise we're going to be bloody late. If that's them.
And spotting them in the dust is a nightmare. Then, in the distance, a sign.
Oh, that's one of the rally vehicles.
Followed by another. He's close. The whole job hangs on the next few minutes.
Looks like we've made it by the skin of our teeth. They're still racing, so that's worked out good. We're running late by an hour and they're running late by a couple of hours by the look of it. So after all that, we made it on time.
It's been a hard battle, but after 3 days and 1,300 kilometres of eating dust, Sludge can finish the job.
Come on, boys, over here. 20 litres. Lovely. First customer of the day. It's stunning. No rain for 6 months, and then the day we want to do this, it pisses down. All right? Yep, go.
It's been a mighty challenge for this big man and his big truck.
Now smoke.
But after all his hard graft, there's a chance to play.
Nice that these things go well, especially with motorsport. It's nice to be involved with that. The we got everyone done, so we've pulled it off and it's gone well. This thing's cool. I need one of these in my collection.
There we have it, heading to the desert.
Michael King delivers dangerous loads to dangerous places.
That's where all the fun starts.
Can't see through the dust.
In charge of a 100-ton road tanker full of thousands of litres of hazardous industrial chemicals.
What we class as dangerous goods or hardcore chemicals that are going to affect either people or the environment. If I make a serious mistake, that's about the last piece of shit we need today, I'm out of a job.
Supplying mine sites in the Great Sandy Desert.
Worst thing you'd hit is a camel. The height of them, they just somersault straight back over from the bonnet on you.
And the danger doesn't end when the journey's over.
We put the acid seat on in the red hot sun and we'll start unloading.
In the scorching heat, Michael has to suit up for the most important part.
We've got one trailer to go and tell you what, this ain't looking very funny out here now.
Delivering the product. Michael lives more than 2,000 kilometres south on a rural property near Geraldton. It's a welcome retreat from one of the toughest trucking jobs there is.
Stay there, you. When we go to the mine, the last 500 k's of it, we've got about 120 odd k's of dirt. It's all up through hills, sharp, scaly rock and that. And we cross over like 3 or 4 major rivers. A couple of those rivers are actually got water still running over the crossing.
When you're transporting toxic loads, you're never far from danger.
If it's nasty and it's dangerous, fluoros don't protect you, steel cap boots don't protect you, gloves don't protect you. Nothing protects you, just use your brains and common sense. That's what protects you. That's as simple as it goes. I'll just go for a bit of a tyre kick and we'll be on our way.
The truck is a triple road train. 3 tankers, 50 metres long, capable of carrying 43,000 litres of sodium hydroxide, also known as caustic soda. It's extremely corrosive. Spill a teaspoon of this super powerful industrial cleaner on you and it will burn your skin.
The old visual inspection is about the best thing that you can ever do with trucks.
When you're carrying a load as hazardous as this into the desert wilderness, the pre-journey truck inspection is not something you rush.
Poke your head in every corner. Everything you can find, poke your head into.
On his empty run down to Perth, Michael gets used to navigating a 50-metre road train on busy highways.
The main essence with these things is just keep a long way away from motor cars.
The driving is tough enough.
It's a dangerous thing. I mean, I think people are atrocious.
But it's the loading that's weighing on his mind.
There'll be the time when acid seats go on and the concentration goes to about 500%.
Caustic soda is a deadly industrial cleaning agent.
This is where the full protective gear comes into play. There's no half measures, there's no put a little bit of this on and put a little bit of that on. You either put the lot on or there's the gate, you get out the gate and keep going, you know. You're pumping liquid, that something will get splashed sooner or later, as long as it's not me. Obviously, the things you don't want is to be burned. You don't want to get the shit on you. Right now, we're going to batch up a load, and it's very helpful if you bring your glasses so you can see what you're doing here. And we should have a start if everything goes all right. Yeah, it's pumping now. Everything's right. We just can't leave here. We've got a dead man button on this.
He's a truckie who has to watch the load as much as he watches the road.
So if something happens to you, you have a heart attack or something here, if you don't press the dead man, you stay. It'll go off in a second. So yeah, it's the dead man.
Michael has to hit the dead man's button every 2 minutes or the alarm goes off.
When you're pumping this stuff, you still don't rest. You don't go off and make a cup of tea and you just concentrate in case something's gone, you know, something's happened. You need to know what's going to jump up and bite you.
With his tankers full, Michael's now in charge of a seriously heavy truck.
65 tonne of product, but we're now a 100 tonne road train. It's about the best part of the day when you get this off.
Now he has to get it to a mine in the middle of a desert.
We've got the 1700 k's to Headland, and then we've got another 500 k's to the desert. But there is supposed to be a heap of rain due in on on Saturday. So look out, we're in for some fun.
Away from the chemical plant, Michael can finally shed the last of his protective gear.
This is about where it feels like you're a dog and you've just had the chain cut and you can go for a run. Look at that, who else would have a thong tan that good? No one in Australia. It's all weighed up, it's all right, it's all loaded good, so thumbs up, let's get the shit out of here.
As he heads north, long stretches of straight, empty highway mean Michael eats up the kilometres. There's 2 days of this ahead, the easy yards, until a strange noise interrupts.
Funny noise has just come up, but love here, a bit of a nose, I think.
He needs to stop and investigate immediately.
Got a real strange noise that's just come up. I'm just not sure at the moment. So when you start getting funny noises, you just get to them as quick as you can. Come on, where is it?
There's no obvious problem, which troubles him even more.
It's always a worry when you don't really find the total problem. But I'm thinking because I could hear it very plainly from here, that it's this air drain that's going off that's making this squeaking noise. You absolutely hate it when you hear a noise and you don't really have an answer to it. It's sort of, you really want. It's a little bit of a mystery. I think it's going to be that air dryer. Just keep going for a little bit and see.
With the sound suddenly gone, he now has to worry about cyclonic inland rain that's flooding into normally docile rivers between him and his destination.
Hello, we're in full flood. Look at that. You've got a flood and a dust storm all at the same time. What a rarity. Absolute rarity. This is a big dust storm that's just coming through.
Nature is making her presence felt.
That river, I've never seen it that full of my life. So all that area is certainly getting some good rain now at the moment. We're just coming up now to the big river. This is the main Gascoyne River. Oh, she's a beauty. She's full. Look at that. That's not a raging river. What's a raging river? Look at it, eh? Chock-a-block. What a magnificent sight. Absolutely terrific.
Michael's not even halfway, and as he heads further north, he's driving into trouble.
The weather's getting a little bit frightening now because it's all raining inland. So as we get a little bit further up here, we'll start crossing the rivers that run north, and that's when we don't want to see this stuff out here on our right-hand side. These rivers here weren't running the other day. We're going to be screwed, I think, because the rains in Port Hedland, rains in Karratha.
A cyclone in the top end has rivers running wild, threatening to cut the main highways.
This country's already wet. Everything is wet from here up, so there's no ream or rise and that these roads are not going to flood somewhere, I'd say. As the devil speaks, we don't go very far and we're washing wheels. These flats here are like just one big one that's jammed in between two hills, and it doesn't get very deep here. It's sort of half a metre, it goes really quick. But When we get out to Marble Bar / Ribbon Hills Road, those rivers, no exaggeration, they can be 15 or 20 metres deep. A bit of water coming down it now. Yeah, that's last time I come up here it wasn't much more than a trickle, and yeah, it's got a flow in it this time, so I'm a worried man now.
Michael's keeping a nervous eye on the skies. He's driving right into the worst of the weather.
Certainly not getting the funny look of this lot. I really am shitting myself now.
At a truck stop past Port Hedland, Michael gets an update on the cyclone situation.
Yeah, it's up off Kununurra, it starts heading south towards Broome. Saturday it's definitely here at Port Hedland, but it's going to push rain in front of it out through where you're going tomorrow night.
But we're going to beat that. Big bombs up here now, so let's just make a move, and hope we don't starve or die or get washed away. And we'll hammer for sure.
The drive ahead is shaping up as a nightmare.
It's probably the best storm you're going to see in your life. You look all the way around there, it's not a cloud in the sky. Everywhere we've got to go, there's nothing but crap. Absolute crap. Yes, should be exciting. Should be exciting. This is a big river, this one here.
With 3 tankers in tow, he's having to drastically cut his speed and proceed with extreme caution.
These floodways here cover off a lot of land, but they're nice and long.
Hauling 3 tankers full of toxic chemical, he backs it right off in the water.
Don't charge it, just basically not much faster than idle to get through them.
Before he hits the desert proper, Michael has a mountain range to deal with.
There's a big hills around here, and I think they got the biggest one here, so this is just as much pain going down as what it is to get up. If something goes wrong going downhill, it just takes off and you got no control.
While the skies are blue, there's still water on the road.
And this section here, all the skid marks here, that's where all these trucks have aquaplaned and then shot off down the river. Righto, welcome to the world of heading to the desert. This is the mine turn-off.
Traffic on the road to the mine is minimal. But when there's another truck to share the road with, it's a maximum length monster.
That bloke at least had the good manners to sort of stop and give us the right of way to get up the hill. Yeah, brand new tyres on and they expect to drive over that shit there.
No, can't see through the dust.
Yes, take it steady, have another day out here.
You're obviously loaded.
Yeah, that's what we get paid to go there for. Yeah, no, you're good there, mate.
Roger, thank you.
After a marathon 4-day drive, Michael arrives at the copper and gold mine, a world away from civilization.
We're here. Hallelujah.
But before he drives through the gate, there's one last stop required.
We're going to pull up here and dust all these wheels. It's a bit like wiping your boots to go into someone's house. We're going to leave all the mess out here.
A courtesy. Even in the great sandy desert, they don't like dust. Michael has carted 43,000 litres of caustic soda from Perth 2,000 kilometres into the scorching wilderness. It's the last place you'd want to pull on a suit. But with a toxic cargo to transfer,
off we go.
Michael has no choice.
I'm going to put this on again.
Now there's only one thing left to do.
We'll get this shit off and get the hell out of here, I think. That'll be the answer to that lot.
This country is unforgiving. If you make mistakes, you pay.
Steve is picking up massive heavy machinery from a place so isolated they've been forced to hack a loading ramp out of the earth.
You don't get a flash concrete ramp out of here. We're not at the railway station. We're in the middle of the desert.
It's like a mechanical war hospital. The machinery's been worked to death in brutal desert conditions.
Can't get power to it.
Steve's job is to get the Outback casualties back to civilization for extensive repairs.
This is a mate's trailer I'm taking back for him as a favour.
The injured beast spews out oil as it's being rescued, all over the trailer that belongs to Steve's mate.
Sorry about the oil, man, but nothing I can do about it. That's hemorrhaged that bad.
Where's the hemorrhage?
That pump there? Yeah, it's in that pump. Right in the back of that seal.
The seal at the back of the pump, righto. This is the trailer that he asked me to bring back. Jesus Christ, just backfires on you.
Steve faces a highly dangerous journey ahead, and with the added drama, he's about to boil over.
He said, oh mate, do us a favour and load my trailer back, will you? Well, I've loaded his trailer back. I've loaded it with a broken down machine and covered it in oil. And then he'll be upset and I'd rather just have nothing to do with it. And there's the fitter standing there laughing like it's funny. It's not funny to me, it's a nightmare.
With the clock ticking, the road crew are struggling to get Steve's rig loaded. The parched earth loading ramp has collapsed, pulling up 3 feet short of his trailer.
I could get a bucket load and tip it behind it.
Look, you can if you like, just don't smash my tail lights. Yeah, look, you won't hurt anything if you trickle it in.
They have no choice, ramming the gap with old tyres and loose soil, and Steve's not happy.
That's probably smashed the tail lights.
It's a rough as guts loading ramp, but it might just work. It's messy, but it gets the job done. Steve's dog Bella helps hitch the trailers. She's an experienced Outback trucker.
She barks. She gives me a certain bark when I'm hooked up. She's my guide dog. Good girl. Thank you.
In this remote outpost, it's been a trial getting loaded. But the real danger lies ahead, with Steve carrying his giant triple trailer across over 2,000 kilometres through the blistering hot landscape of Australia's central desert.
There's a few people lost their lives on this road, actually. Young fella went to turn his truck around, got bogged. Thought he'd walk back to town. He wasn't far out of town. He didn't make it. He died.
With his life at stake, Steve's not taking any chances.
You don't want to have any breakdowns. You don't want to have any stuff-ups out there. You leave here with full water tanks, full fuel tanks.
He's fully prepared. With decades of experience, if anyone can arrive alive, it's Steve Graham.
I got this little bit of bitumen here, then I'm into it. You know, rarely do you get across this 1,000+ kilometres of dirt without some issues happening somewhere.
Steve barely gets his giant load up to speed when the tarmac disappears, torn up by road workers.
What I've done is I've asked for permission to go on the formation, which is the centre.
You'll be right to get straight through, all right?
Righto, mate, no worries. Thanks for that. I'll do it, eh? Well, I'm going to have the good road in the middle.
The roadworks are a big problem for Steve so early in the journey. If something goes wrong, reversing his 53.5 metre triple trailer road train will be impossible.
You got no chance in the world of backing a triple up 3 or 4 kilometres to get out of there. You're stuck. This is what I didn't want, is a machine parked in the middle of the road, and I'm up on a very high bit where I can't get across.
And reversing is impossible.
But I have got an escape route here. This side's not a bad drop. So there you go, that was interesting.
For Steve, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire.
It's hard to find a bit that you like along here.
He faces a bone-rattling 2,400 kilometre journey on some of the worst corrugated roads in the country.
When I was 8, I saw a big truck like this drive past the gate, and I dreamt when I grew up I'd drive one, but it didn't have corrugations in the dream. They just flog you, they break your gear, they flog you. This is just ridiculous. I've got to keep the window up, there's that much dust out there.
A bad day gets worse. Out of the blue, a choking desert sandstorm.
And it's as hot as hell, and it's blowing dust. It's all dust and heat now.
Even for an experienced trucker like Steve, it's the stuff of nightmares.
I'll have to back it off. Unbelievable.
In this deadly environment, small problems can escalate into life-threatening emergencies.
You don't treat this place lightly. You don't get smart with it. It'll slap you down pretty quick. You know, we've got the Great Victoria Desert in front of us and 1,000+ kilometres of empty country. There's not a lot out here. Right there's people that didn't make it. You know, how would you like to be in that? That's the end of that car. You're just up here once. I ran out of wheel bearings. I was sitting on the side of the road down here for 4 days. I think 2 other vehicles came along in the 4 days. From what I can see of it, the load looks all right, but I'll pull up here and check it. A few things have come loose here and there, but you expect that.
In the scorching heat, just getting out of his truck is a risky move.
People have got no idea how quick they're drying out. It's a dry, dry place. It's unbelievably dry. So the moisture is just quietly leaching out of you.
High temperatures and a heavy load put Steve's engine under strain.
The old truck's working hard up this hill. It's been a pretty low gear going through here. It's a bit of a struggle. And of course, we're in this real sandy stuff. I've got my power divider lock engaged, which means both my axles are driving.
Conditions are so bad, even a passing vehicle becomes a serious threat.
You've got to give them room. I'm losing traction and you can get bogged here. This has got the sand here.
It's a test for the veteran trucker. Thankfully, he passes. Daybreak, and Steve makes an early start, seeing the positives of his trucking lifestyle.
It's a pretty pleasant outlook. Nice start to the day. Most people don't have an office like this, do they, Billy? Right, that's it. It's time to go to work. Yesterday was brutally hot, and today's a complete change. An amazing night last night. Here I am in the desert, and I was worried about drowning. It went off around me. It's better than TV. One strike must have been pretty close because the CB wireless started scrolling around and all the channels were changing like mad. Yeah, and the lightning started to fire off behind me, and it was amazing watching it. It's just another big show of force from good old Mother Nature.
10 kilometres down the road, and Steve sees the results of last night's entertainment.
Glad I didn't camp here. Look, there's a tree there where I reckon the lightning's hit it and blown it to smithereens. Once a fire goes through the country like that, it's a terrible, terrible, bleak-looking landscape. And there's no fire brigade. Someone's not going to come and put it out. It's going to burn for months and for hundreds of kilometres.
It looks like the storm isn't over. On the horizon, a threatening cloud formation.
I don't like the look of that at all.
Steve presses on, and the dark grey skies unleash.
Now it's raining. It's nuts. It doesn't rain here sometimes for years. And, you know, here I am. I've got to get a raincoat out. I mean, people should pay me to break droughts. I just can't believe I'm in the middle of the desert. It's the hottest, hardest time of the year, and I'm driven into a rainstorm.
Steve reaches the halfway mark on Australia's longest shortcut, the Great Central Road.
Now it's blowing a gale up here. I can't keep up with this weather. Anyway, we'll check the gear. I don't believe that. That shits me. More dramas. This trailer's starting to bug me.
Steve's transporting a trailer as a favour for a friend, but it's plagued with problems.
Me dead, I haven't got time to bloody fix people's gear for them. This is bullshit. I have to shut the truck off.
Steve's chaotic journey has just got tougher.
And another shower in mud and shit. In, out, in, out. Dust, dirt. You got 3 axles running like that. They've all got to run in line. And the torque rod between the front axle and the middle axle's gone. So this middle axle's trying to run back like that, tear the spring pack out, and drop everything on the road.
Steve prides himself being prepared for every scenario if his own gear
The
fails.
gear that's in here is a bit lighter duty than what I'm used to using.
But on his mate's trailer, there's no spares.
I haven't got a torque rod bolt here. It's starting to bug me, this.
But the Outback magician has the answer.
I'm just going to put a chain on that torque rod and chain it back to the other axle where it's supposed to be. That'll stop the axle flopping around and it'll get me home. Yeah, bastard. Hammer knife. Tie this thing up. Out of the way so it's not dragging on the ground. My grandmother taught me this knot.
Fix one problem and another appears.
And when I saw the other one was broken, I had a look at these.
And the bad news keeps coming.
There could be more of them ready to drop off. You play those games on the bitumen, but not out here with constant corrugations. You're just asking for trouble.
Steve is forced to spend precious time checking every nut and bolt.
I don't like doing other people's maintenance for them. I've just done a temporary repair there. It should be right for the dirt. Oh well, we'll get on with it and see how we go.
The road deteriorates, spelling trouble for Steve's damaged trailer.
The mine driveway up here is when it's really going to go bad. We're in about 5 or 6 kilometres. And that's when the real pain's going to start. This is where I worry about, you know, light torque rod bolts now that we're down to this pounding hard yakka. There I was averaging 65, 70 kilometres an hour. Now I'm doing 25 and that's a bit quick. I'll have to back it off and walk it through. Bit of radio chatter going on now. It sounds like there's a couple of big heavy loads coming towards me going out to the mine.
Suddenly, Steve has a lot of company on the isolated Outback Road.
They got 2 5.5 metre wide bulldozers, heavy. I just missed that with a shaking, mate. What do you want me to do when I get to wherever?
The driver tells Steve to pass the bulldozers on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, roger, I'll go through on the right. I don't know, no worries. They've asked me to pass them on the right-hand side.
In the heat and dust, it's a dangerous move.
People tend to drive on the wrong side of the road for wind and dust-blowing reasons.
Just as Steve begins to overtake, a third fully loaded truck appears from nowhere.
Have you got an eastbounder coming up behind the 5.5 metre loads heading towards me?
3 giant trucks and 1 narrow road.
We're in the hands of traffic pilots.
The eastbound is sitting back behind the dozers at the moment, mate, waiting for the triple to come through.
With vehicles this big, a mistake could cause a catastrophe.
And they've asked him to hold back and let me westbound get past them on this incorrect side of the road.
Steve is given the right of way.
Big machines, aren't they? At the end of the day, we've all got 100 tonne hanging off the end of the steering wheel.
A win for Steve. And the big mining machines have made the road a little friendlier.
There is a plus in this. They've definitely rolled the road down a bit and I've got more chance of getting this trailer out the other end in one piece than what I had earlier.
And the good news doesn't stop there.
This is it. This is the bitumen. Oh gee, this stuff feels nice. It's nice to see already. It's quieter, it's smoother. I can see why people don't want to go out doing what I do. You don't want to get complacent just because you've got on the bitumen road. You've still got to remember that you've got a lot of freight on the back. So just don't relax your guard.
As he gets closer to his destination.
Now I've got to watch my truck driving here. I'm getting very close to the road train terminal.
Strict road rules force Steve to shrink his road train from 53.5 metres to 19 metres.
So it's a big game of leapfrog. You start off with a triple road train going down like the road like that and end up taking them home one at a time. I'll leave this trailer here now. A contractor will take it to Perth for me tonight. Well, we're going to be sharing the road with a lot of people now. There's traffic jams and your school zones and traffic lights and variable speed zones. It's a different kettle of fish, this business. I'm starting to feel closed in now. I'd rather make a decision about whether I've got a duck, a camel or a kangaroo than whether I'm going to get through these lights or not. Fairly full on in its own way, this business. So, yes, we're through there. I'm in the home street now. You recognise this road, don't you? I think the best part of the journey is always coming in the front gate.
And to make it even sweeter, two of his grandkids are there to greet him.
Are you driving?
2-year-old Jethro.
How are we going to turn this one on?
And 5-year-old Ethan are here to get lessons from a trucking master. His biggest headache is about to leave him.
Bye, trailer. Glad to see that go out the gate.
37-year-old tanker driver Corey Chapman is preparing for a gruelling supply run deep into the South Australian desert. His triple road train is loaded with diesel fuel, a vital source of power for some of the country's hardest to reach communities. This vast expanse is one of the most isolated places on Earth, larger than the country of Portugal, but with a population of just 3,000. Corey also needs to make an urgent delivery to a remote mining camp.
We got about 99,000 litres, I reckon, of diesel. So
That's enough fuel to get his own truck twice around the world. It's day one of a 5-day mission into the South Australian desert for the father of 3.
3,000 Ks. Let the journey begin.
Hauling fuel comes with huge risks. Any accident is bad news, but one wrong move in these rigs could end in disaster.
Not easy to get drivers to do what we do.
Corey's run will take him through the state's mining heartland. Out here, every truck can be a hazard. One mistake when being overtaken could be catastrophic.
There's a lot of dangerous goods on this road. There's some wild stuff though. That's a tanker there.
No, I think.
No worries, mate.
After 1,000 kilometres of bitumen, Corey's made it to the Northern Territory. His volatile load is safe, but the real test is yet to come. This morning, he's getting his truck ready to hit the dirt.
Dropped all our air pressure back down to 50 psi. This is where the shit starts, pretty much. Being so dusty, you can't see your back trailers. And if I can't see my back trailers, the risk is brakes coming on or blowing a brake booster or something and could start a fire. This is where the road will get very corrugated through here. Where it's going to get shit on fire on.
The corrugations are giving Corey's tankers a battering.
Tankers are a bit more fragile than your average trailer.
Fire isn't his only concern. The liquid load is constantly moving. On a rough dirt road like this, it can destabilise the truck, making rollovers a threat. After spending the morning on bone-shaking terrain, it's a relief to reach the Indigenous communities of the AP Wildlands. For the people living out here, Corey's fuel is vital. The 50-metre road train is too big for the narrow dirt tracks ahead. Corey must offload one of his trailers to make his first delivery. But as he prepares to pump 22,000 litres of diesel, something's wrong. The hose outlet is too short to reach his tanker.
And my hose is not long enough by about that far, so...
In an area so remote, it's a serious problem. No hose means no fuel. For the community living beyond these hills, that means no power. Corey's forced to improvise.
I'm only going to be able to use my little 2-inch hose. Join a couple of hoses together.
He'll use a narrower hose, which means he'll be pumping fuel late into the night. Tanker driver Corey Chapman is up early to make an urgent fuel drop to a mining exploration camp. It's so far off the beaten track, he can only take one trailer. Corey's only been to the camp once before, but that was a year ago. With no map to guide him, Corey's relying on memory to find it.
It's not a town or it's not a power station or anything like that, it's just a mob that's got a camp set out in the middle of nowhere.
But none of the tracks look familiar.
I've got a funny feeling we might have taken the wrong road here. And this one just turns and heads north and the other one should keep going west. The country should open up, not go into scrub like this. Gut feeling we're in the wrong spot.
It's a dangerous place to get lost, something Corey knows all too well.
2 years ago in Western Australia, a bloke in a road train went past his turn-off, got out in the sand, kept going, thought, shit, I'm in the wrong spot. And I think he was 40 or 60 k's past the turn-off, and he turned around and got bogged. He decided to walk, and it was hot, it was summertime, it was hot. And I think he walked 40 kilometres, and he was only 800 metres from water, and he died. He perished and died, 800 metres from water.
Corey needs to turn his fuel tanker around, but the narrow track is lined with thick bush, making a U-turn impossible.
Just find a bit of an area I can back around and...
Finally, there's a big enough clearing.
Like here's a bit of a clay pan here, so we'll just make it up here somewhere and see how we go.
Corey must put the truck into the rough, putting him at serious risk of getting dry bogged. He's far off his usual route and a long way from help. He's in luck. The ground holds up.
If I had 2 or 3 trailers coming in here, it would have been a friggin' headache.
But the wrong turn has rattled Corey.
I would have been pissed off. If I broke down completely and they come looking for me and say, well, he's not on this road.
The search for the mining camp continues. Their fuel was running low, even before Corey left Port Augusta. And that was days ago.
It's pretty easy to take the wrong track. No signs, no street directory. Just go by a tree that's on the corner. Turn right there and hope for the best. Pretty much how it works.
Finally, after a long search...
There they are. So they're in the same spots. No worries at all.
It's a huge relief. Corey's found the miners, and just in time, they were down to their last litres of fuel.
Pretty low to territory, so lucky you just made it, I think.
About 25 litres, she's pretty much empty, so they would have been starting to panic.
The wrong turn has cost precious time. With 2 more drops to make today, Corey's racing the clock. It's the final leg of the grueling 5-day run. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a dust storm.
What a shocking day, the winds got worse.
Violent winds are wreaking havoc on Corey's 62-wheel rig. Visibility is poor. His last, biggest drop is still 300 kilometres away. But right now, Corey's struggling to see 30 metres ahead.
Go slow to reduce the amount of dust, but weather like this, you can't really avoid it too much.
hundreds of people are depending on his load of life-sustaining fuel.
We use over 10,000 litres a day.
That's it, we're empty.
At last, another grueling desert run is done. It's time to head for home.
End of the day, everyone's happy.
Deep in the southwest of Tasmania, the mighty forests of the Huon Valley are on fire.
We're going to go through the middle of the burn, which I'm not really that keen on because there's a lot of big, dangerous trees out here.
Local logger Neil Bennett is hauling his digger straight towards the inferno in an attempt to halt the blaze.
We're going to go up around here and chuck the digger off on the road and clean the existing fire trail up to try and stop the fire. Very nerve-wracking. Makes old guts turn, this does.
As the inferno spreads, hectare after hectare of bushland is destroyed, threatening lives, homes and businesses. For Adrian Bennett, fighting the fires is a life-threatening mission.
We're sending our crew out to try and stop the fire. Yeah, we're throwing them in some pretty dodgy places.
Adrian and Neil are fourth-generation loggers. Their family business employs up to 150 truck drivers and timber workers. But the huge fires are threatening to wipe out their livelihoods.
We're just trying to sort of minimise the loss of timber for the income of the valley. We've got something like 20-odd fires burning our resource, and it's also heading towards the townships now. And the dozers and the excavators are just trying to bust into it and put fire breaks and cut the fire off.
The dozers smash down vegetation and trees in the path of the fires to starve them of combustible material and contain the flames.
We're battling. My job for the last week or so, I've been on our little dozer, just going from fire front to fire front, just trying to cut it off.
The timber mill is also under threat.
There's a high risk to us. Lose machines, lose trucks. We haven't lost any structures yet down here as of this morning, I think.
We're going to be going fair through the middle of it, where it's burned up over the main tourist route.
The intense heat can destroy a truck in minutes. The lives of his family and neighbours are on the line. There's no guarantee that Neil will make it home.
Slowly working the way this smoke's laying across here. Wind's got it going pretty well, and we may have to boot scoot here in a minute. The fire's not very far away from us at the moment. We don't know where it's going to end up, but it's got a lot bigger.
He's delivering heavy machinery to carve urgent fire breaks into the forest, trying to halt the bushfire's relentless march.
We're going up over the Blue Hills here now, and this piece is unburnt, but yeah, for how long we don't know. Like, it could go at any time.
Truckers like Neil are the lifeline for dozer drivers such as Jim Woodward.
Without the trucks, we cannot get machinery into jobs, and without them, we can't get out. Not fast enough.
You've got all the leaf litter, and as soon as it gets a bit of heat in it, got a eucalypt and that, they explode. It just goes off like a cannon.
Right, see that, thanks for
Get down the road, thank you.
Breaking through the rampaging fire, Neil just makes it to the drop-off point, where fire crews are desperate for his cargo of heavy machinery.
Drop this digger off here, try and cut the fire off and coming back this way.
With every minute wasted, more forest burns to the ground. Neil's straight back in the cab to reload.
We're heading back, pick another 20-tonne excavator to run them out to the other side of the fire, just to, see what they can do out there.
But the relentless pace and boiling conditions are taking their toll on Neil's truck.
I've got something fire break, something in. I think she's got a blown turbo pipe. It's whistling.
To fix the truck, Neil returns to the muster point at the mill. The designated safety area is no longer safe.
Burned all around this southern site, which is one of our major sawmills that most of our timber goes to, and we're trying to protect it.
As the fire grows, the inferno threatens.
The fire's only just done the bank. Fire brigade around us, but yeah, I don't want to be sitting here too long. I thought she blew intercooler pipe. I've got to try and find the issue. Hopefully I can find it soon.
It's a deadly race to fix the truck.
Look out. The fire at the moment's nearly right round her. A lot of ash falling, a lot of hot embers. But there's only a little piece here where we're sitting that it hasn't burned yet, and they're working very hard on it to keep it that way. Roger, D. We'll see how that goes. Replace the intercooler pipe. Hopefully that was the problem. It had a little bit of a hole in it, so...
The fire is rapidly closing in.
Off we go.
Be mindful, guys, the wind's picked up a little bit.
Yeah, she's a bit hot and smoky through here.
Minutes down the road, Neil discovers his truck's engine is still losing horsepower.
I didn't fix the right intercooler pipe. Not right, I've got to have a bit more of an investigation.
With the engine struggling to pull his 30-ton load, he needs to fix it or risk being overrun by the fires.
We can only get up around the corner here a little bit now instead of the big main feeder lines that go to Southwood down there on the ground.
Power lines brought down by the fire are blocking the road.
I didn't think he hit them with a really big axe, but we got told under no uncertain terms to cut them.
Waiting for the fire crew to disconnect the power, Neil seizes the opportunity to repair his truck.
Here's my problem. She blew the little compressor pipe off the compressor. I can poke my finger in it. So does that tell you that it's blown?
Neil and the fire crew have to work fast. If the wind changes direction, the fire could be on them in a flash.
Dodge up job. Going to try and ratchet tape around this to keep it going until I get back home tonight and find the right piece. Get up on me, bastard. Righto, we'll see how that goes. See how long that lasts for.
The power lines are finally cleared, and not a moment too soon.
Yo!
Neil receives a desperate call from his brother Adrian. He's in trouble and in urgent need of rescue.
Up Swamp Road. I think it's getting a little bit warm up on the bank there for him, so we'll charge up and see if we can get hold of him.
He needs to floor it. Every second counts.
She's coming somewhere to fire. We're not real sure, but I think it's only over the back of this hill here.
Pulling a 5-metre wide, 30-ton load on narrow roads. One wrong move and it could be all over for Neil.
Got the heart rate pumping a little bit. That corner's not. Slow down, slow down.
Neil gets as close to the fire front as he's permitted.
Sitting at the top of Swamp Road here waiting for my brother to get back with his little dozer and make sure he doesn't catch light and burn in the process.
With the fire front closing in, Neil's brother Adrian has to escape, driving a dozer with a top speed of just 16 kilometres per hour.
They'll only walk so fast, you know, the flames will overtake them. You've got the float nearby, it's just on the back, you know, chains on and gone. You can get them out a lot quicker.
Adrian's safe for now, but the dozer is busted.
Just trying to track around a spot fire in there and I've ended up breaking the tilt ram on the blade.
With every machine needed to fight the fires, they have to fix it fast. As the brothers race to repair, the radio brings distressing news.
It looks pretty thick. I can't see through it to see what's behind it.
One of their employees, Jim Woodward, is trapped, surrounded by multiple fire fronts.
And yeah, it's putting a lot of crews in, not in a good predicament. With most of the machine drivers here, yeah, they're mates as well, so.
Driver Greg Walker is closest to Jim's location.
And I don't know if we're going to be able to make it up in there or not, but if it gets too hot, we might have to turn around and head back out itself. But we'll go up there and we'll see if we can help him. Listening to on the radio then, they've got 90 km/h winds up there and fire heading towards them fast. So it's not looking good. Got the top of the quarry here, Michael. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get through. It looks pretty thick. I can't see through it to see what's behind it.
Greg's cut off.
Where are you, Neil Bennett? Heading for him, Joel.
Just leaving southward.
Neil Bennett has little choice. He drives straight into smoke-choked forest to try and rescue his mate.
She's picked up a bit here, so we'll see how we go.
An emergency fire service vehicle suddenly blocks Neil's path.
It might be better backing out and going out that way.
Yep.
It's too dangerous to continue.
No, the road's blocked down there in front of the fire's come up over it, so I've got to go back up here to spin my big float round.
Neil needs to take another road to get to Jim. And worse still, the radio's on the blink.
Where's Jimmy at?
Neil gets a lucky break. The smoke momentarily clears.
How far is Jimmy out, Mick?
He's a couple hundred metres down back and redrive from that intersection.
Can't round your beach.
Miraculously, Jim and the dozer emerge from the burning forest.
If you're going to put it on quick. I don't like around here. Not when she's coming up that bank at us. Get her in third. Get her up on there. Right, out.
There was a wind change. With that wind change, it put us in big danger. They actually had to drive through fire to get to us, which they did, got us out, made us safe, so we were lucky.
We're back down out of here now, dog. Jimmy's over on him. Managed to get up and get him out, so that's a bloody good plus. I'll have a smoke now.
Neil's joy is short-lived. The mill is burning.
We lost a couple of sheds at Southwood yesterday. The main buildings are still standing, and we have heard we've lost eight houses. So it's not good. Things are getting pretty hairy.
The fires have already cost the Bennett brothers a whopping $400,000 in lost production, while they've been out fighting the flames.
And we're trying to stop it to come up on this other side. We've got a dozer up in there. Yep. They're working with some helicopters.
We're sending Rick and crew out to try and stop the fire, save our machinery. It's just moving that quick. We don't know where it's going or where it's going to finish.
Facing a dangerous, unpredictable fire front, Ricky relies on Harry Price, driving ahead in the safety car to spot danger.
Hey, Roger, mate. Yeah, you got concrete on up that hill there, so you should get good traction.
Cutting fire breaks in the thick of the forest is life-threatening work.
Yeah, our job's putting containment lines around the fire edge to contain the fire within them lines, and also access for the fire tankers to get in and extinguish the fire to the edge. try to keep it within them lines.
For the bulldozer drivers, so far, it's been a losing battle.
The wind's just been all over the place. It just twists and turns the bloody fire. And one minute you're alongside the fire with the dozers, and the next minute it's coming at you. You get a containment line in, and the next minute the wind sends it in the opposite direction. So all that you've worked for, you've lost. Just suck it up and keep going, I guess. No one will give in. You can't.
The flames advance at a frightening pace. 3 bulldozer drivers send out an SOS. They need rescuing from the heart of the inferno. Ricky responds immediately.
Best I can say is hold on.
500,
But in the chaos, his orders on where to go and who to rescue first keep changing.
There, Ricky.
Yeah, I got you.
Turn around.
What are we doing? Back to the quarry?
Yeah, mate, yeah. You have to find somewhere for you to turn, though.
Got to get up the thing first. Yeah, I'm coming up. I'm there coming.
Ricky needs to get back down to the quarry to rescue another dozer driver.
If we don't get these fellas out of this quarry, we won't be able to get back in here to get them. So we've got to get them out of here quick. Come on.
At the bottom of the hill, 2 carloads of tourists appear out of nowhere, driving straight into the danger zone.
Who in their right mind would want to come out here? Pull them up, mate. Send them out. Bloody idiots. Bloody tourists. Why the hell would you want to me up the bastards? Why would you want to come out into a fire?
Time is running out for the stranded drivers. Hot embers are leaping ahead of the main fire front.
Look up on the bank there. You see where that fire was behind us was spotted. Spotted in 2 places there. And we get these blokes out of it while we can, while we can still get in here.
Ricky's beaten the fire front to the quarry. It's a race against the clock to get man and machine out of danger.
We'll run you down to Southwood and get you out of it. We'll just drop this one off and we'll just go straight back. Straight back and pick Charles up.
Ricky drops one dozer in the safe zone. But extreme heat forces the second driver to evacuate the quarry on his own. The flames could overtake him within minutes.
Just sneaking back out here to get the second dozer now. Go and get Charles. It might be a little bit worse up here, so get in and out quick. We're here. Thank Christ. We're here in a safe zone, so... Hey. Look at that. We're leaking my radiator. Bloody hot. Bloody stressful. Here's the cavalry's turned up. What have we got here?
With the fires continuing to ravage the forests, lives and homes are being threatened. For Ricky, there's no time to rest.
We've got to go out past all the burnt, try and cut it off coming down over the bank or something, I think. So we've got to get moving. It must be pretty hard going and pretty steep because they were saying they've got to have 2 dozers working together. Very hard pull.
The fire's not the only danger Ricky needs to be aware of.
Get these big trees. Any of the bastards could be burnt to the point and they could fall over at any time. The last thing we want is for something with about 50, 60 tonne to come and land on the roof. They could come down anywhere, anytime. Here we go, back up the bloody hill again. Still got a bit more steeper to go yet. She's been a bit hard on us. She's one of the biggest pools in Australia coming up here. Yeah, she's got it pretty well up in the temperature. Bit of skipping, bit of spinning, bit of lugging back to about 900 revs. Old girl, she done well. We're up on the top here now, so she hasn't done a bad job. Get out and unchain him so we can put him, he can get to work.
The dozers begin to clear fire breaks, but high winds are forcing a fire front to the top of the mountain. Ricky needs to be ready to get the dozers out in a hurry.
Well, we've got to keep an eye on the wind and that, because if it changes, it can race this one here straight up the bank towards us, so we've got to go, we've got to go.
The fire's picked up speed, moving through the forest at over 10 kilometres an hour.
They've decided that there's too much fire activity going through the dozers, and they're pulling them out again.
The evacuation is too late. Within minutes, the flames are licking at the top of the mountain.
Very spooky, very eerie. Look at that wind. The wind's really picking up. Keeps at that stage, it will start blowing embers.
The fire front shifted so fast, Ricky and the dozer drivers are now cut off.
I was told we was going to meet him here. Now he's saying they might be going to get us to try and go up over the top of the hill and pick him up the top of the hill there. But I don't know why, I don't know what's going on.
The flames intensify. It's a firestorm.
I think she's time to head for the hills, boys.
Look up here. Watch out behind you. Look at it go. Drive up through that, drive up there, pick that dozer up, have that wing spin round, blow it straight in the windscreen. They can stick that up their arse. I'm not going up there.
It's too risky for Ricky's large rig. A fire truck heads up to look for Ernie.
Well, their fire break they thought was successful wasn't, it's jumping.
Ricky prepares the trailer, hoping for Ernie and his dozer to emerge unscathed.
We just want to get it on and get it out of here quick.
The truckers have had no radio contact with Ernie for 40 minutes.
Look up here. Poor little possum, look at him. He's shaking his head, he's been burnt.
It's an agonising wait. But the fire truck returns alone, unable to battle through the blaze. For Ernie Harvey to get out, he'll need to drive through a wall of flame.
Oh, look.
Ernie's made it out.
Pretty wild up there, mate. Wind changed around southerly and come back at us on our containment lines. I had no choice but to come back through the flames. Otherwise I would have been stuck up in there, so she got pretty hairy up there for a bit. So I was lucky to get out, really.
With the fire front about to hit, the team need to get out fast and make it down the mountain.
The fire's jumped the containment line up there. In other words, it's jumped the fire break, so this is where it's heading for. Where we are now, this This is the way it's running. We want to get out, because no one wants to be in the middle of this when it comes racing down through them gullies. I'm coming out.
With not a second's rest, the radio brings another urgent request for a dozer.
Halfway out.
The fire has reached the edge of town. Homes are burning.
There's some bad shit going down out there. No matter how hard we go, like how hard we go to get these dozers there and how hard they go to put them tracks in, it's just another kick in the guts every bloody day. Going out to fire break around the house might be a little bit too late. Fire's going around the house here already, apparently, so these boys are going to have to absolutely get cracking up here. Get the f***ing thing out of the way!
The house just over here and the fire's coming at it rather fast.
The fire reaches the fence line and the trees surrounding the house are already alight.
Fire, she's racing through there, heading straight for us.
With the dozers off the trailer, Ricky needs to clear out fast. The fire is racing towards him.
We gotta go in a minute. There's nothing we can do, so we best get out of that.
Suddenly, the wind changes direction, and Ricky is driving straight into the inferno.
Flames that tower over the truck, both sides at the same time, and it's terrifying. First thing that comes into your mind is, what do? Do I just slam on the brakes and go backwards, or do I just hold up flat and get out of it? You're full of diesel. You've got hydraulic oil spilled over you from the dozers, and that stuff's flammable, and that's the scary part.
Ahead, the wall of fire is impassable. Ricky needs to head back the way he came.
Where the f***'s the Denison turn off?
But he can't find a place to turn his 20-metre trailer around. Eventually, he spots an opportunity.
Back there, she's just had a big blow up and she's just gone apeshit. All up the side of the road, across the road over onto the Denison side, and she's just beating us at every turn.
It's been a day of defeat. Finally, some good news.
Oh, you never believe it, we've got a victory. I got a fire breaking around Heinz's house. The fire just blazed through, blazed around the break, still burning a little bit here and there, and it's gone. Going back the other direction, so. Victory, saved his house.
And there's more good fortune. A desperately needed rain shower.
It's got to help in ways, I suppose. Keep the fuel damp and the grasses damp and stop it from travelling so quick, which gives everyone a chance to sort of get in and extinguish it or get some brakes around it.
The war against the fire is far from over, but today's battle has been won.
Pretty good, actually. It's something actually turned out good for once, rather than going home feeling depressed of the night. We've had some victories. The first since it's actually started. Because we want the big bugger out. We won't give up on it. We'll just keep going.